A substantial deposit of petroleum and natural gas has been discovered in Pakistan's territorial waters. According to reports, the oil and gas reserves were unearthed after Pakistan conducted a 3-year survey in collaboration with a friendly country. A senior security official has said the reserves have the potential to change the country's destiny. According to some estimates, this is the 4th largest oil and gas reserves in the world. A top official of the oil and gas development company has said it was too early to confirm a lot of the details, as currently only a seismic assessment in the Arabian Sea had been completed, which only provides knowledge about the formations below the sea surface. Pakistan's total energy imports is currently $17.5 billion a year and is projected to nearly double to $31 billion in 7 years. Pakistan currently meets 29% of gas, 85% of oil, 20% of coal, and 50% of liquefied petroleum gas requirements through imports. Pakistan has a history of mismanaging its energy dividends. Over a decade ago, Pakistan brought newfound gas reserves online and became the world's largest user of compressed natural gas for its vehicles, but the lack of regulation over consumption and mismanagement has led them to burn through these gas reserves, and now it's importing most of its gas. It remains to be seen if the country's leaders can make prudent use of this new find and develop a sustainable energy policy. Details are emerging of an apparent raid by Israeli special forces on a Hezbollah missile production facility deep in Syria. Syrian state media said 18 people were killed in the raid near the Syrian city of Mashyaf, around 25 miles north of the Lebanese border. According to the New York Times, Israeli special forces descended from helicopters, placed explosives inside the Iranian-built facility, and removed sensitive information. American and other officials quoted in the paper paint a picture of a daring operation designed to destroy the underground military facility. Airstrikes were apparently used to neutralize Syria's defenses and prevent reinforcements from reaching the site. Israel regularly conducts strikes into Syria and the wider region in its shadow war with Iran and its proxies. The frequency of attacks in Syria and the lack of response from the regime in Damascus would indicate it may not have a problem with these strikes against Iran. With the civil war in Syria over and the regime having survived, it does now need Iran to leave, especially if it wants foreign investment and aid for reconstruction. The fact that Israel deployed its forces on the ground is a major new development, as it usually utilizes air and missile strikes. It remains to be seen if Iran will respond, who has been extremely quiet since Israel assassinated Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran back in July. Russian President Vladimir Putin has strongly warned the US against allowing Ukraine to use NATO missiles in long-range strikes inside Russian territory, saying the move would put the Western military alliance at war with Russia. This would, in a significant way, change the very nature of the conflict, Putin told a TV reporter. It would mean that NATO countries, the US, European countries, are at war with Russia. If that's the case, then taking into account the change of nature of the conflict, we will take the appropriate decisions based on the threats that we will face. The conflict in Ukraine is now just months away from its 3-year anniversary, and with Ukraine struggling to alter the battlefield reality and its recent Kursk offensive failing to change the battlefield dynamics, it seems the US has no choice but to support escalation, whilst in public Western leaders argue they are still blocking Ukraine from utilizing long-range missiles into Russia. Leaks earlier this year indicate the decision has already been made in private to permit Ukraine to use long-range weapons. This has already seen British-provided Storm Shadow missiles being used deep into Russia. They have a range of about 155 miles. We are also seeing long-range drones regularly used against Russia. As we approach the 3-year anniversary of this war, unless the West expand their support to Ukraine, it's unlikely Ukraine can alter things on the battlefield.